Thanks to our tariffs and tough trade policies.
When then-President Donald Trump signed the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, or USMCA, in 2020, Illinois farmer David Eiserman viewed that as a positive move for U.S. trade policy.
He gets big credits for doing that because there was issues there.
But Trump's latest social media posts proposing tariffs against Canada and Mexico would violate the terms of the USMCA and could impact the price of corn and soybeans, products the United States exports to those countries, which are key sources of income for farmers like Eiserman.
The problem with the tariff is it becomes a back and forth, a tit for tat thing.
If we were to put on these kind of ad hoc across the board tariffs, many of our trading partners would then retaliate.
Kimberly Clausing is an economist with the University of California, Los Angeles.
Really, no rich countries rely on tariffs as a substantial source of revenue.
To me, the most beautiful word in the dictionary is tariff.
Speaking to the Economic Club of Chicago while campaigning for president in October, Trump outlined why he believes tariffs help the U.S. economy.
Number one is for protection of the companies that we have here and the new companies that will move in, because we're going to have thousands of companies coming into this country. We're going to grow it like it's never grown before.
In a June 2024 report, the nonpartisan and nonprofit Tax Foundation showed tariffs imposed on roughly $380 billion worth of products during the first Trump administration cost Americans about $80 billion in new taxes. President Joe Biden's administration kept most of those tariffs in place and added about $18 billion in new tariffs on Chinese goods, including semiconductors and electric vehicles. Combined, the Tax Foundation says tariffs imposed during the last 7 years have cut GDP by 0.2% and eliminated about 140,000 full-time jobs in the U.S.
Tariffs are not a competitive edge to Illinois farmers or to American agriculture.
Ryan Whitehouse is director of national legislation for the Illinois Farm Bureau, which advocates for farmers to lawmakers. In 2019, China imposed retaliatory tariffs on U.S. soybean exports, leading China to turn to other suppliers. This year, China's share of U.S. soybean imports is 18%, down from 40% in 2016, while Chinese customs data shows Brazil's share has grown to 76%. Whitehouse is concerned that a new wave of retaliatory tariffs will hurt U.S. corn and soybean farmers already dealing with low prices.
And if you look at the past of the Trump administration, it's a path that causes some concern. We want to make sure that we open those markets, not close those markets.
We're going to have the biggest agricultural trade deficit in a long, long time.
Which is why farmer David Eiserman hopes tough talk about new tariffs doesn't translate into action that could impact his income.
History shows there are no winners.
Kane Fairbaugh, VOA News, Chicago.